I thought my Caucasian wife was working late until I found a classified device hidden in her gym bag. That discovery didn't just expose her lies.
I used to think I understood the woman I married. For 3 years, I believed Emma's tired smiles. Her soft apologies about late nights, her excuses about critical deadlines at the robotics company where she worked. I believed every word because believing was easier than imagining something darker hiding beneath her calm exterior. But everything changed the night I discovered a small, unregistered device tucked in the lining of her gym bag. Something so out of place that it snapped the thread of trust holding our marriage together. I wasn't sure what it was, but it definitely wasn't a normal gadget. Small metallic vents, microports, and a blinking light that shut off the second I touched it. My first instinct was to think she was cheating. My second was that she was lying about something bigger, something she was terrified to tell me. I wasn't prepared for the truth to be both. I took the device to my old college friend Lucas, who'd spent a decade in counterintelligence before becoming a private consultant. He wasn't the type to exaggerate, so when he looked up at me with a grim expression and said, "You need to sit down," my hands started shaking. He explained it wasn't just suspicious, it was classified hardware typically used for secure data extraction. Someone who had this wasn't just breaking company policy. They were breaking national law. The kind of device used by people who weren't supposed to be caught. I asked him if he was sure. He told me people had gone to prison for owning less. That night, instead of confronting Emma, I pretended everything was normal. I hugged her. I asked about her day. I listened while she talked about a new project involving autonomous aerial systems. I smiled even though my heart felt like it was cracking apart. Her eyes were calm, her laugh casual, but now I was looking for lies in every gesture, every pause. And I found them everywhere. 2 days later, Lucas called and told me to meet him at a warehouse on the east side of the city. When I arrived, there were unmarked black vans and men who didn't bother pretending they were anything other than federal agents. They knew my name. They knew Emma's position at Vortex Robotics. They even knew about her late-night team leader meetings with someone named Adrian, a name I'd never heard before. The lead agent, Donovan, didn't waste time. "Your wife is involved in unauthorized data movement," he said. "And the man she's working with has been on our radar for years." My stomach dropped. "Are you sure you're not making a mistake?" "We don't make arrests based on guesses," he said, sliding a folder across the table. Inside were photos. Emma entering restricted labs at odd hours. Emma meeting Adrian behind the company headquarters. Emma carrying a laptop case identical to the one she told me she'd lost during a business trip. But the worst was a picture of Emma and Adrian at a dimly lit cafe. Their heads leaned too close, their smiles too relaxed. I felt the air leave my lungs. "You're saying she's spying?" I whispered. Donovan folded his hands. "We're saying she's involved. To what extent, we'll know soon. But we need your help." They gave me a device disguised as a pen, something that would disrupt any unauthorized data transfer the moment it was activated. All I needed to do was place it inside something Emma always carried to work. I hated how natural I sounded when I agreed to do it. I hated that part of me wanted to know the truth more than I wanted to save my marriage. When I got home, Emma was cooking dinner, humming softly. She kissed me like she always did. It felt like being kissed by a stranger wearing my wife's face. I excused myself and slipped the device into the side pocket of her laptop bag, the bag she guarded like her lifeline. My hands trembled the whole time. The next night, Emma said she had to go back to the office. "A system audit," she claimed. "We might have a vulnerability." She had no idea how accurate that word was. She left in a hurry, barely meeting my eyes. As soon as she drove off, I texted Donovan. They were already tracking her. They knew she wasn't heading to her office. She was going to an abandoned storage facility owned by a shell corporation connected to Adrian. I wasn't supposed to follow, but I did. I called Lucas from the car because I needed someone who knew how to keep me from doing something stupid. He told me to meet him a block away from the warehouse where he'd set up surveillance equipment. When I looked through the lens and saw Emma inside the building, my chest tightened in a way I didn't expect. She looked like a version of herself I'd never seen, confident, efficient, cold. She wasn't the woman who asked me to fix the sink or laughed at my terrible cooking. She moved like someone who lived in secrets.